This next song is about stealing road signs, which was a thing that happened since road signs were invented. I wonder who the first person to steal the road sign was. You know what they say? The most famous assassins are the ones who got caught.
All right, everybody, welcome to Stage Banter with Mr. P and RATH. That's right, we are on season 2, and we are here with an old dear friend of mine known as Dave Homeowner. If you don't know who the Homeowners are, tough shit. He's also in some other dope-ass bands that we're all going to hear about. And we're going to talk about all the stuff about Stage Band, but we're not going to talk about his new album coming out, or DCxPC Live, at all, because we don't promote albums or tours or anything of that nature. That's not what we fucking do. I don't care about his songwriting. I don't care about his theories of how to play his music. This is all about the shit that's most important on stage. The stuff you say in between the songs. Fuck your songs. Let's talk about your stage banter.
All right.
All right. So, Dave, right off the bat.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So, Rath, this guy, we already talked about the Homeowners before. So, he was in a band called the Homeowners. Then he was in a band called Cop Stabber. And now he's.
I think I'm familiar with Cop Stabber. Actually,
well, they were.
That was my time around there. Yeah.
We did 10 years and 3 records. I mean, so that we gave everybody the chance.
Yeah. I have the T-shirt where Ty Cobb was hanging out.
You got a beer.
You got a beer.
I didn't even have to say anything.
I like that. And now he's in a dope ass band called Luxury Teeth. So my question to you.
Yeah, buddy.
3 bands. Has your stage banter changed based on the band that you're in? Like, I have to imagine, like, Cop Stabber was very much along the lines of, like, Mentor Meet Men sort of lyrical content. Like, did that change how you spoke between the songs because of the fucking band you were in?
Absolutely. And, I don't know, we're not talking about the lyrical content or whatever, but I was in that Cop Stabber band, at first I embraced it because it was my idea to write a scumfuck band that it was all about this. Then after wanting to branch out lyrically, even if I was still writing like dirty stuff, but like, let's get a message in here. Let's sneak some information, or resources. No, man, this is about dicks. This is about drugs. And occasionally this is about fuck cops. And it was really the same on stage. Like if I went up there and went into a rant for 40 seconds about homelessness, they would have fucking one of them would have kicked me, I bet. And so very, very, and again, at first, for the first probably 4 or 5 years, totally embraced it because that was the spirit of the band and that was what it was about. The last 5+ years, it was a descent to where it was, for me, one of the main causes of me wanting to end the band. I just never did until it ended on its own organic reasons that we're absolutely not touching on this.
Absolutely not, yeah.
But I wanted it over at that point anyway. So while I never wanted it to go the way that it did, it was what I wanted anyway.
You felt confined.
Oh, very. And more than I've ever in my whole life. And it was supposed to be about like the fucking punk rock freedom, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I was so trapped. But I mean, still, I can't for 1 second say I'm not proud of one song that we have out there. Everything we produced, I'm so proud of it.
But are you proud of what you said on stage in between the songs?
Absolutely, because it's the funniest and wittiest fucking scumfuck shit. The GGs,
well, that's what matters.
The GGs, the anti-scenes, those guys aren't up there really like saying anything worth a damn. They're just trying to get a rise.
Yeah.
The fucking what was that fucking Seth Putnam?
Yeah.
He wasn't saying anything except just trying to like use derogatory words out loud.
Yeah, I could. Yours was almost like South Parky and like humor.
Elevated scumfuck.
Yeah, it was South Parky and it was humorous, but it was like intelligent.
I did wind up being able to like really speak on the abortion issues in that band because of more abortions. And so that gave me like in between, introducing that song gave me a chance to definitely soapbox for a true uh political or fuck political, but like really socially important issue as healthcare, women's reproductive rights, women's rights in general, all of that. Like it gave me a chance that I could
Put a little bit of seriousness in there.
or at least value. Like,
Value.
I'm never gonna be
Never
that
be serious.
fucking serious. I'm not good at it.
Do you find that cop stabber persona follows you at all? Like, do you find yourself accidentally slipping into it while you're in luxury teeth? Is there like a switch? Like you just did it for so long, 10 years. Do you find yourself like going, oh, that was kind of a cop stabber monologue? or like, is it not that conscious? Like, do you have to think about it?
It is. No, it's just so much easier because again, most of my banner is related to either what I'm seeing from the stage, where I'm looking at and surveying the landscape and commenting on X, Y, and Z that's past actively happening in front of me, or I'm introducing the song or talking about the one I just finished or whatever.
Okay.
So, like now again, that freedom that I have lyrically with this new band, and it's great, allows me to really, really open up. But I'm still just up there clowning around, telling jokes. I still am cussing way too much. One of the issues, we've the Baltimore scene lately has been real big on all ages shows and really encouraging the all in all. Like, so we are surrounded by all of our kids between like 4 and 9-year-olds, and they've all got those giant the giant fucking runway.
Ollie's kids goes. I mean, Rath's kid Ollie goes.
Runway guys.
My kid does. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking rad. And they're like, half of them are wearing like princess dresses and like unicorn costumes, and they're spinning around and they're dancing harder than anybody else. And I can't stop saying fuck. And I can't stop like. And my wife is like, "God damn it, Dave!"
Yeah. My kid's teacher came to one of my shows that was all ages, and they're like, he's like, "Can I bring my like 4 or 5-year-old?" I was like, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but there's gonna be a lot of like fuck and shit and asshole and maybe even things worse because I can't control the other bands. I know what my band tends to say. And he's like, "Thanks for the warning. I won't bring them." I was like, I mean, I wouldn't care if my kids heard that, but I'm not, I don't want to make that call for you. You asked. I'm telling you what you're gonna hear.
One of my promotional apparatuses that I remember for the specific one I'm talking about, when like during this whole moment here, one of the things I said was, "Come bring the family and watch me cuss in front of your kids," and
as it should. I mean, Rath, do you ever have that problem? You're the front man. You do a lot of talking. Do you ever feel yourself hesitating when there's kids in the crowd?
Yes and no. I mean, we're sort of funny, so we play it off, and I apologize, and then cuss a lot more, and it just kind of goes.
I mean,
like the parents start laughing, and it's like, all right, cool, fuck it.
I've yet to hear one of the parents of any of those kids even say a word about it or act like it bothered them at all.
But you're not taking your kids to an Alkaline Trio concert, right? Like, come on.
Well, some of my pals and wife are definitely like, "Jesus fucking Christ, they're fucking children. Shut the fuck up."
Yeah. I mean, I get my wife comments how much I curse even on this show. It's like, you almost never curse. I'm like, I curse every time I'm around my friends.
And we bring out that.
Yeah. It's fucking situations, which is kind of part of stage banter, right? Like, how does your stage banter change? You mentioned you survey the scene in like a Seinfeldian way. Does it change based on like the type of venue or the size of venue or who you're opening or playing with?
Well, I mean, I think more than anything, it's just the reaction of the people. Like if everyone is really acting up, I'm gonna have a lot more ammo because I've seen these two who are already ready to fight, so I can start riling them up and talking shit to them and making them feel dumb. So because one of our things, we have this song called Attitude Problem, and all we want to do is like every time a fight breaks out, because you have to stop.
Sure.
And a lot of times bands don't really know what to do, and it takes like way too long to re-engage, and everyone's standing around and lights are on and now they're off again. fuck that. As soon as the fight is like whoever and is getting people removed, we're already into the attitude problem song, and it's all about just like, but I love talking shit because we at the end of every show, before, if no fight breaks out, I get the chance to do stage banter there, and it's sort of my end of the show thing, and I get to say, well, here we are at the end of the night. We always put this song on the set at the very, very last song because in the event that all of you are a bunch of fucking pussies and nobody decided to ever get in a fight tonight at even one point in this whole godforsaken night and no fights broke out, well, you had to wait for it all night. So here it is. It's called Attitude Problem.
You're saving it in case. I like that. You're literally saving it as a response to a fight.
Yep. And we will bump it right up to that point. It's song 4. Doesn't matter. Whoop. Attitude
That's
Problem.
funny. I love it. I mean, Rath, that reminds me of our first episode. Rath was my first guest on the pilot episode. And one of the games I played with him was Who Did It Better? And we had to have a Veil breaking up a fight during one of their live shows and All For Their Heads breaking up a fight. And we had to decide who did it better. What I love most about
I love both of those bands musically and live. I feel like Avail has to do everything better, even though I love Off With Their Heads. That's no diss. Like, I just feel like Avail
who did you prefer, Rath? Do you remember, buddy?
I
You look like Off With Their Heads.
I think it was Avail.
Yeah. I mean, Avail's was funny because they were literally, and the name of the song is escaping me, but it was a song about not fighting. And then it was like, it was a song. And so they were kind of like sarcastic. Off of Their Heads was much more like, what the fuck? Did he just hit you? Did he just hit a girl? Everyone, get the fuck out of this guy now. So
I think that's the one I like.
Yeah, that one wins. I mean, between those two anecdotes, you didn't clue me into any of that baloney.
Yeah. So it was kind of like, okay.
I knew it was the more aggressive one that I liked.
Yeah, Off of the Head was much more aggressive in like their like response.
Now, what you were just talking about, we have an opportunity for more stage banner in Luxury Teeth in my current band. We have a song called No Fair Fights. And again, I'm not supposed to talk about what the theme of the song is because
it's okay if it's connected to stage banter.
Oh, well, the point of the song is that every once in a while, well, this is not the lyrical stuff. This is the point of the song is some people need to get jumped. And
you are such a Baltimore band.
It's also the point of you should always try to make sure you have at least a handful of friends with you anytime you go anywhere because nobody wants to fight fair. And so if they're not going to fight fair, you should have your people there to make it at least fairer. But also, sometimes a motherfucker needs to just get jumped. And it gives me the opportunity to explain, like, that is my a version of the typical intro to that song. If you see somebody put something in a girl's drink, should that person be fought fair?
I had to stop the dude from taking a girl into the bathroom and Uncle Lou's.
You and all 6 of your friends should grab that guy and absolutely break him in half in front of everybody, and that's how that's supposed to go. Guy who gets real comfortable and decides he thinks this little racist joke will be funny and is going to go over real well with the audience that's in front of him because we all have a bunch of bald head, ugly, bearded, tattooed guys. Of course, we're gonna love hearing someone say the N-word. Jumped, and sometimes it's a good idea.
Like I said, that's so Baltimore. That's so.
Yeah.
So when you were in the Homeowners, Sean was another singer, right? Yes. Sean was his name. Mm-hmm. Did you guys vie for who got to like do all the stage banter, or did you wind up talking over each other because you didn't know who was supposed to talk in between the songs?
I haven't really thought about that a whole lot consciously. So this is kind of an interesting thing. What I remember is, well, as I'm a singer, yo. I'm a front man, whatever you want to fucking call me. AKA narcissist, AKA like I can't get fucking enough of the fucking sound of my dickhead voice. So I do remember wishing that I had more mic opportunities, and he was taking that away but it never felt like that. Like I felt like we did, flow off of each other, and I never felt like my time was cut off, but I also never felt like I really had a chance to like really run and get like a whole. As a punk rock kid growing up, that was half of the show. You go see whichever Keith Morris band it was, or you go see fucking Drop Dead.
Yeah.
You expected that guy from Drop Dead was going to spend, if they played 30 minutes, which was rare, if they played a 30-minute set, 16 minutes of that was going to be him being like, "You are complicit with 1,000 animal deaths per year just because of the clothing that you wear. Look at you. Look at the fucking belt that you're wearing. You piece of-" That's going to be 16 to 17 minutes of the entire 30-minute Drop Dead set. And that was part of why you went. And I never wanted it to be that. And every band I've been in, probably Homeowners accepted, because again, I was already competing with another person. So I was already limited in that way. And again, this is all like fucking shit I'm processing it's
like stage banter happening right now.
This is at real time. Like
real time
I'm really trying to process this. But I was naturally limited in that other band just by virtue of having another person to have to work off of and work around. With Cop Stabber and Luxury Teeth, I assure you that I absolutely take full advantage of my not only my the pleasure that I get out of doing it, but the responsibility. So these kids come to these shows. I'm not the only one who feels the way that I was loud about it, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I think I
you were emphatic.
I apologize to your audience. I may have been yelling.
Oh, no, don't ever apologize
about the Drop Dead show and all that stuff. But that was half of. Like I said, that was a big, or I don't want to say half, but that was a big part of the experience. And I want to make sure I'm giving these kids those same memories where the fucking singer is engaging with the crowd and he is fucking talking shit to you personally, or recognizing you if you're being the asshole, calling you out, punching you in the fucking neck if you need it.
You and I both shared bass players.
Yeah, what a
yes, you got to share a bass player now and then.
One of my very best.
I love him. One of my best friends since I was 16. My best friend since I was 16.
Talk about stage banner. What about your wedding?
My wedding. Okay, the wedding toast that he gave. That was like 10 minutes long.
That's how many minutes?
I have heard this story.
Minutes minimum.
I thought it was about 20.
It was so long. The best part is like he had a script and then he put it down and never looked at it. And then everyone thought he was done. And we have it on video. Everyone started drinking the champagne and he's told us to spit it out. And you can see Marnie, my wife, like spitting it back out into the champagne. My dad almost had to take someone outside to beat him up because somebody was complaining about just get on with the wedding. And people started shouting, play another song or something like that. We were like getting heckled. Like he was...
It was a classic. It was
amazing.
You need to have Keith on this goddamn show.
Oh, I do.
A whole episode just on that.
I can just play that whole thing. Like, okay, that is because he's on stage. It was a wedding.
It counts.
It counts.
That's stage banner, yo.
But when he was in the overprivileged with me, we always called him Grandma, despite the fact that we all got you. You did too, right?
He was a cop stabber, yeah.
So
grandma.
Like, Keith is funny as fuck.
Yep.
It's just as twisted as fuck as the rest of us, but he has this streak of trying to like tell us to behave, right? Like unless he's had enough beers in him, and
then all bets are off. Except he still won't do drugs, and he still won't do any like sexy.
We were the most non-drug doing band ever. Like we just did it.
I guess you guys really were.
But like, did Keith ever give you shit for what you said on stage? I mean, he was in Cop Stabber, but I have to imagine like every band practice, he's like, "Oh, guys, that song's not appropriate." Oh, Dave, you had to say that. Like
The lyrics, absolutely. Every time I'd be like, I wrote a new song, it's about this. He'd be like, oh God, I don't know, man, this one's too much. I think this time you're lighting the cop on fire in his own cop car. This is too much. This is too much, Dave. And he was probably right. I mean, I should never have written Pig Roast. It's a great song. But Keith also quit or attempted to quit Cop Stabber. If I had to guess, I'd say 20 times.
That's what he told me. He said
we would just look at his face and be like, "We're not
downstairs to make him join."
No, you're in this and you're not out. Only when he finally wedded that wonderful woman that he will never deserve.
Yes.
Once he wedded her, we kind of knew actually that a lot of his life decisions were no longer his own. And even if we decided to keep fighting for him, he was going to, we were about to lose the fight that we had won 30 in a row on every time he tried to quit. We were about to lose that fight. So
that sounds like because even when he joined the Overprivileged, Dan sent him an email, said, Scott and I joined the band. You're our bass player. See you tomorrow at 7. It wasn't even like,
yep. He just lived in that house with Matt, and Matt was like, we have a basement practice space. Okay, I'll grab Keith. He'll be our bass player. I was like, oh no, that's not even true. It was for Keith's birthday. That's why it was supposed to have been a one-show band. The whole point was to make this thing out of a bunch of guys who'd been in good bands who played this one show for a dude's birthday. And if you were there, you were there. You saw the craziest shit that ever happened. It's a show of legend. And
hell yeah.
That's how we promoted it. That was like, make sure if you have any sense in your fucking head, come to this fucking show because this is only happening once.
Fuck yeah.
And that was the whole point of Cop Stabber. It was never supposed to have been a band.
That's how Two Man started. They were supposed to play a Halloween show. And then the Halloween show got canceled. And then we're like, fuck, we should still at least play a show.
So hard for that.
And then they played a show. And they're like, oh, that went off really well. I guess we're going to keep doing this. But it started off as a one-time joke band for Halloween.
We knew it went well, and we knew it was going to go well because we were all musicians of a level of competence that we knew what we were going to produce was going to be awesome. Like we were all comfortable in that idea.
I mean, it's like luxury.
But we were also comfortable with walking away from those 8 songs that we wrote because again, as good as they were written for Keith's birthday party for a one-day only thing.
Yeah.
But the 51 people that were there all videotaped it, all spread it around. People geeked the fuck out. And we were like, well, is this a dumb idea?
No, it is a brilliant idea.
And we did it for 10 years and we put out 3 fucking albums that I'm really proud of each fucking one. So yeah, I mean that picture right there, that behind you, Mr. P, your background on this, that's.
Oh, you mean this picture, Dave?
Well, that looks like a spinning wheel of some kind.
Oh yes, Dave.
Oh, look.
Oh, Dave.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, you're about to see Dave.
Is it interactive? Do I get to do this, or do the fans?
You get to do
No, it's all.
So this for those of you listening at home and those of you watching on YouTube, you see it. This is our spinning wheel of characters: Batman, Weather Person, Dolly Parton, the Pope, Terminator, Rocky Balboa, Disco Girl, Ben Stein, MTV VJ, Sasquatch, Fred Durst, Pillow Talk. I'm going to spin the wheel.
All right.
And you have to take on the personality of the person that lands on.
Oh my goodness.
And then you have to introduce a song.
Okay.
And because I'm a fucking asshole, and I'm like, I don't even know which one of your bands to make you introduce, I decided I'm not going to make you introduce one of your own bands. I'm going to make you introduce a song of a band that I know you love as if you were in that band. But in the persona of the person on the wheel.
Jesus Christ.
What is that?
This is really hard.
No, that's some meta shit, right?
All right, let's do it.
So,
Spin me right round, baby.
You get one pass if for some reason you can claim you don't know the person. But you're like close to my age, so I know you know every
Yeah,
fucking
you
person on
should.
here.
You
So,
got these.
I mean,
we've had young people on here before that like wouldn't know who Christopher Walken is.
I'm a hot damn dynamo, yo. I just my impersonation might suck, but I know who.
Oh, it's not going to suck. I have faith in you.
I'm bad at accents. I'll tell you that.
You get to be either Yoda or Jar Jar Binks.
I guess I'm gonna be Yoda. I mean, I'm not gonna embarrass myself with a fake like whack Jamaican accent.
So,
I can switch my words around. My words, I can.
can you just pretend you're in a ska band and that you have a Jamaican accent like so many ska bands?
Oh,
I mean,
many
am I
of
wrong?
them do.
Wrong? How many ska bands out there totally like just
Listen.
like suddenly take on a Jamaican accent? It's like, you don't have to sound Jamaican just because you're playing ska.
Patois, they fake. Whack, it is.
I mean, I might play in a New York hardcore band, but I'm not going to suddenly sound like I grew up in Long Island.
Honestly, I still say yo, wait, entirely. Like, people accuse me. Hey, how funny is this shit, yo? Like, I feel like I have an urban affectation, I guess. Like, if I had to judge my own vocal tone and accent or whatever, I feel like I have an urban tenor to the way I speak. I went up with Jeff Perlin from Breakdown and from the Slumlords and all all those bands. Breakdown was playing up in they were playing up in like Albany or whatever, but we were driving up from Baltimore and meeting with the band in Queens and then driving up from there. I got in the van. Mike DeJean, who has New York hardcore fucking legend at every fucking band ever, and jumps in the van. Jeff's like, "Hey, this is my buddy Dave from Baltimore." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, "Hey, yo, what's up?" And he goes, "Yo, say that shit again. You sound like a goddamn fucking hillbilly. Yo, say that shit one more fucking time. Yo, you sound like the fucking funniest hillbilly motherfucker I ever heard in my whole goddamn life." And I'm like, yo, I never once in my life thought I like had like any sort of like I thought it was fairly non-regional dialect with a little bit of like yo in it, you know. But I guess
we're gonna get to the bit in a second. But that reminded me of a story. I went on living in Florida. I went on many a cruise, and I often just brought a case full of books, and I sat at the bar and I read. All right, so now it's post-pandemic. I'm hanging with my dad at Daytona Beach Bike Week. I'm at a bar talking to him loudly. Thank you, child. I love you.
Children.
That's what they're here for, right? And all of a sudden, this guy walks up to me and says, "You are Scott. You're a middle school social studies teacher at a Catholic school." And I'm like, "Yes."
Hey, better that
he's like,
remembering you from
I met you on a Christmas cruise before the pandemic. He's like, you were at a bar, you were reading a book, and you told me that George Washington's teeth came from enslaved people, not that they were wood. I was like, that does sound like me. He's like, your voice is so distinct, I've never forgotten. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know my voice was that distinct.
Now go back to your fucking chaise lounge and shove it up your ass. I'm trying to fucking read. Piece of shit.
I mean, that being said,
what kind of fucking shit are you trying to put on me in my fucking vacation? Trying to fucking bring me down? Trying to talk about fucking slave teeth? Fuck out of here, you piece of shit! I'm bringing
that up. I'm reading history books at a bar
in Bermuda, man. Fuck out of here.
So like, even when I was in college,
any wonder why everybody is ready to fucking explode at every fucking moment? Because everywhere you go, everyone wants to fucking bother you with real heavy shit. I'm on fucking a boat.
But he recognized my voice years later.
You know what? Talk to me on the dock.
Yeah. All right. So the band that you are going to pretend that you are singing in is a band I know you love because I follow your Facebook feed.
All right.
It's literally like my Sunday comics. I love it. I live for your commentary. And I found out about this band because of you. So, Tropical Fuckstorm.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully you know this song.
I know them all. I'm not good at names.
It's the first song off of A Laughing Death in Meat Space.
Would that
You Let
be
My Tires Down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to introduce You Let My Tires Down as if you were the singer, but you're also Yoda.
The next song, My Tires You Let Down, is my first record song, the first song. Fuck, I don't know how that motherfucker spoke. Goddamn fucking aliens. This is fucking bullshit, man. Nobody speaks alien languages.
Goddamn fucking
God damn it.
alien.
My Tires You Let Down. I worked so hard on that, like just trying to get that in the right order. Fuck Yoda. But I did it.
You did. All right, we're going to play the song, even though it's not your song. We're
And
going
the
to
song
play it.
rules.
We're going to play it.
What happened?
We're going to play the song.
Yeah, baby's in her mind right now, and she'll be there for a while. For the wounding of a rented car and a ram rain in sunshine. She's right there on CCTV, forgetting to take her medication. But then Ruby says her lawyer will get the best deal that they can make.
I think Yoda would like that song.
Yeah, that was about to
Oh, good it
that
is.
fucking crazy
Play
guitar
it, they
riff.
do, with ability. Yes.
That crazy guitar riff was about to rip in right there. You cut it off.
Rat, how do you think you did, buddy?
That was nuts. That was funny as shit. I liked
They're
it.
such a fucking great band, noisy and beautiful. It's three
No, that
females,
was
which I also love.
that
The
was a very
hormonal
interesting
imbalance. Granted, the lead singer, or actually, I should say the primary lead singer, because a lot of those songs are sung by the females in the band, but he is the primary lead singer. But the rest of the band all identify as women, and they're awesome, and they're so noisy, and they're so talented and so amazing, and they are arguably one of the best things that happened. Also, Andy the Door Bum. Everybody listen to Andy the Door Bum, Andy the Door Bum, Andy the Door Bum.
I think it was during COVID, and you posted like, shit's serious when it's too dangerous for Tropical Fuckstorm to go on tour.
Their live shows are great.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, if Dave loves this band, I got to check this shit out. So thank you.
And the guitar player / sometimes bass player Fiona, who is fighting and recovering. I'm not sure that she has gotten the full clear bill of health. I know they are touring again, but it has been dealing with cancer, which is why they have been off the road for a long time. But we're all rooting for her. It looks like that again they're doing some touring, and they're about to go to Europe in a few months.
nice.
That sounds like her health has at least gotten to a point that international travel is a real thing. So that is super reassuring. I mean, again, I'm no medical doctor, whatever, but I'm certainly hoping the best for all of them, because I love that band so much, and I love them all as people. The Drones were one of the bands that they came from. ModCon, High Tension, a bunch of great Australian bands that came together to make Tropical Fuckstorm TF.
Yeah, they're fucking great. But I think that was too easy for you.
Okay, well, maybe give me a better fucking mouthpiece, because I don't have to move my words in different orders. I'm good at English in the right direction.
So we got to do one more. I've never done two before.
All right, well,
We're gonna do two.
I'm going to be all of them, but I'm
so much experience, Scott.
I know. Well, it's just that, like.
Do you have a second band that I like, or are you going to let me introduce one of my own fucking songs for once?
That comes later.
What happened?
You're gonna like. So it's just, we I feel like we almost grew up together. So like,
I mean, vaguely.
Right.
We were quasi adults when we met, but I mean,
we were ostensibly adults. I mean, I owned a home.
I bet we were over 18. I think I started hanging around at like like really hanging around the
Yeah.
like the smaller scene, like at 19 or so.
So yeah,
I'm
like
45
so
now.
I know we know some things in common, so I can't help but play on that.
Yeah, let's do
So
it.
let's see who your next person is gonna be. The wheel is spinning again.
Oh, hell yeah.
I well, hold on.
No.
What, do you see this?
Nice.
See, I don't know if you can see my.
That's neat.
Oh yeah, that's an Alex Fine work too, right?
That is one of my number one of 100 Dolly Parton that I have.
Wow.
Of his numbered again. I hope your audience. I can't really see what my angle was on that, but I hope your audience got regaled with the quality artwork that Mr. Fine produced. You know, again, no big deal. Number one of 100. No big deal. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I
no,
was
no,
fucking
no,
cool
it's
with
just
that.
the very first one that he actually, he like was like, oh wow, look at this one. It's the first one on the top of the stack.
So, Rath, if you don't know, Alex Fine was like the was it the Ray Pettibone of Baltimore? He did everyone's album covers, everyone's T-shirts. He did all the dope ass flyers.
Wow.
He played in the Ratchet Boys. That was the 11th release with DCPC. Not that I'm promoting anything, but he drew that whole fucking cover. He's done the Golden Girls coloring book.
Yep.
I mean, the dude. Like,
how many
Wow.
Time magazine covers? How many
Time magazine covers, the
US
Atlantic
News and World
covers.
Report,
yeah,
every fucking major magazine publication that you can
Yeah.
name. He's
he's
been
fucking
on
brilliant.
like 20 times now.
What's up, child?
Wow.
And I've got probably
That's amazing, kid.
here,
Fuck yeah.
just next to me because I was drunk the other night,
100?
and I
That's what I'm talking about, kid.
Oh, wow.
I removed some of my old artwork off the wall because I was drunkenly trying to
I love you,
reorganize the
kiddo.
art. And this was an old one of the last government issue shows. It was government issue, my old band Cop Stabber, and this band called Saddle of Centaur on there. And right after that, John, apparently he had already known that he was sick.
Yeah. John been sick for a while.
And was just maintaining and keeping performing until he couldn't. I know he had one more show with his other band, History Repeated.
Yeah.
And I think he only made it like 3 or 4 songs through their set. But this was the last government issue show, and Alex did that Trump Quado coming out of Ronald Reagan playing Joe Nipples. I mean, what a
Have you ever seen
what a
the
smart
the overprivileged
statement.
Trump flyer that Alex made back in the
Way-
early aughts?
Yeah.
Where it had like Trump with giant boobs and like dogs like suckling at the
Looking on his
nipples.
nipples. Yep. I thought it was pigs, but I believe you.
It might have been pigs.
I thought it was pigs, but
I mean, I should know, but I
you
don't.
you really should. Yeah,
I really should.
That
I'm
was your own
an asshole.
dickhead band. I just saw the flyer 50 times and maybe handed it out.
Yeah. I mean, I have.
I was good like that, yo. Like I would take all my boys' flyers out. Like I wasn't just flyering for me. I was flyering for the scene. You know, like I took care of everybody, yo.
So
I love
speaking
you
of the
guys. And
scene-
you know that the OP were like literally my number one band. You know how many times I've told you.
I know, and I appreciate that, and I love
And it
you for
was
it.
never been fake or insincere. And I never said you guys were the best. I mean, you weren't half as good as the Goons. You weren't half as good as
No,
a lot of the bands that were out there, but there was no one I would prefer to have played every show with than the OP.
that reminds me of Max. He was in Bouboisie and he was in the Twats with me. He's like, when I was 16, I started going to shows. I saw the Daycare Swindlers and I said, man, these guys are as good as fucking Rancid. There's no way I can do that. Then you played a show with them and I said, oh, you don't have to be that good and people will still like you. And you get up on stage and do that.
Mhm.
And he's like, you were my inspiration. It's like, there may have been bands that were better than you, but no one inspired me more than the fact that you just got up there and you just blazed through 30 songs in 30 minutes of 3-chord punk rock. That was, well, basic 3-chord punk rock.
This community worldwide that I've gotten to experience and all over the country and all over and go to shows. I've still really never played an international show. We got kicked out of Canada before we got to play the show. We got denied entrance, and then America tried to deny us entrance back.
That happened to us too.
Yeah. So we got stuck there for like 8 or 9 hours on the coming back side because they were just like, we also do not want you.
We got in, we just couldn't leave.
Yeah, they
jeez.
did not let us in, and they said you just all you need to do is turn around here and then talk to those people, and they'll let you go. Guess what? That is not the truth. Sometimes they will hold you there for a very long time until I guess they just give up.
All right, so this is an appropriate song, I think, for Dolly, because Dolly did.
Oh, Dolly, yeah, that's right. All right, I forgot.
Dolly liked love songs.
Dolly liked
love songs.
Love songs. Okay,
and this is a love song. The title is Love Song.
Is it by a DC band that I might know very well?
It might be by a DC band that you might know very well.
Give my titties in a flutter. Teach your children to read. I'll send them a book. I'll send them a book, baby.
That's right.
I'm gonna wear that Dolly. I'm gonna wear that Dallas Cowboys costume at the Super Bowl. Read them books. Send them to the children. Go to Dolly World, baby. I love you. Screws forever.
I think I can count
Nashville to DC, baby. 9 to 5.
Oh my goodness.
Working 9 to
5, baby. So Dolly Parton just introduced the Screws from DC because she's now the new lead singer, and let's hear the Screws play after that amazing introduction.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, fucking Scott, you better play at least one of my goddamn band songs. Can't do a Dolly voice and sing these lyrics. I can't.
I wanna see that roll around the head. I don't wanna go to the dance. I wanna get inside your pants.
I can totally see Dolly singing that song.
I like to sing anything.
Have you heard the rock album?
I have not heard the entire rock album, but I've heard the selected songs that all the social or all the when you read like the magazines and they say here's the single or whatever, they give you 2 or 3 songs or whatever. I've heard those ones.
Yeah, I heard the Rob Halford, and it's.
I mean,
it just wasn't that exciting. Like there was something about the songwriting that's not quite like as grandiose as I felt like it kind of should have been. But it's it's art. And she made it, and it was cool.
What if Dolly Parton and Bruce Dickinson, and I guess really, Steve Harris. Let's be real, because I mean he writes the lyrics. So what if Dolly Parton and Steve Harris spent 6 months in Tennessee mountains, absorbing just the history and the culture of that.
Yeah.
And they wrote the most really, because I mean, again, when you want to talk about grandiose, giving Dolly the opportunity to really spread her wings, these trajectories,
you're talking Run to the Hills Part 2.
I mean, run to the Smoky Mountains, I guess,
Right? I'm not, dude. You know what? I know about sitting on top of the mountains in Tennessee. I was on Mount
Run to Rocky
an acid with my band in the fucking Smoky Mountains, and there's something about absorbing that energy up there.
I think that if Steve Harris and Dolly Parton spent a couple months really culturally dealing with it, just again beauty and absorbing the natural experience of it.
Oh yeah. They could probably put something wild together.
And then with all of Maiden's 4.5 guitar players and Bruce Dickinson, 2 bass players and 3
Yeah.
drummers. I don't know how many people they have in Iron Maiden anymore, but like
It's Slipknot, basically.
It's fucking worth it. Steve Harris can handle all the bass. Like, no,
Yeah.
He's got that fucking machine gun.
Oh, yeah, no, he's got it. Yeah. There's no backing tracks and pretend bass going on there.
Oh my god, he's so good.
So you want to
we've really gotten sidetracked, haven't we?
No, it's okay. Sidetracking is where we go. Like this, it's called side banter, like sidebar, side banter. Yeah,
it's coming back, baby. It's coming.
I hope so. I did so many save the sidebar.
I'm watching the little pictures of the reconstruction now.
Yeah,
they
Rachel's
finally
great.
have the permits. We're building up and no longer building down.
That's awesome.
So, again,
so everyone besides Dave, does want to hear a Luxury Teeth song. But before we do it, it's the right way. And this is going to be the most special way. Dave, I'm going to send you a phone number. And you're going to call someone. I'm going to send it over the chat here.
Yeah, I've been through this bullshit before. This
He said that was you?
Oh, yeah. That was he's the one that got called by John.
The shitty fucking entrapment that you made me participate in.
Well,
I swear to God, if they answer, I'll be fucking very all right.
Introduce. I want to join a cult. Might join a cult.
I don't know where the speaker is on this computer.
We hear it. We hear the phone ringing.
Leave a message. Thank you.
This next song is called Might Join a Cult. It's about feeling like you never belong, no matter where you ever been. You tried everything. You've tried religion. They didn't like you. You tried punk rock. They could tell you were fake. You didn't fit in there. Everybody beat you up. You've tried everything. You could never find anything. Well, maybe joining a cult. Maybe that's the answer. Also, Jesus Christ and Christianity, all that shit, they want to tell you can't fuck. At least in a cult, you get to fuck, you get to do drugs. The high likelihood that you will die very, very, very soon, which is also, if you have any sense in your fucking head, it's a positive thing. This song's called Might Join a Cult. Thank you.
I know it can be painful for people to hear their entire song.
Hi, Jeff.
That's amazing. All right. Now we got to try again. We need to get a hold of someone. We got to change the song, though.
Wait, what happened?
Can we change the song on him? Yeah, we got to change
I mean, the single is going to be Vanity, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's going to be our single, aren't we? Even if we're not talking about the awesome,
even though we're not talking about the release,
if we're not talking about the Live at the Autobar record coming out 5/31 on DCxPC record. Even if we're not talking about that, I feel like we could use it as a promotional apparatus.
We could still do that. We could do that. Is that's one of the live ones, right? Or is it a studio?
I mean, I think it's probably on both sides, but I think we play that song. We play that song most sets. I mean, it's an oldie but a goodie. but I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's the first song on the studio side. It is not on the live side.
Holy mazzoli.
Yeah, holy mazzoli, but that's okay. We'll do a studio track.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I mean, what? I mean, right now you got full control of making this.
I can do whatever I want. Yeah, but you asked for it. I'm okay with that.
Pull how much you want, yo.
Yeah, we'll play it. We'll do that. Yeah,
DCxPC
Live and Dead Volume 3 is coming out soon with luxury teeth, so we got to make that shit fucking happen. All right.
Yes.
Hello, this is Nick Beans. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as
I'm gonna try him again.
Try him again. Fuck that.
I know. He said he hit the fuck you button.
Yeah, he definitely hit the bitch button, right?
He did. He totally declined.
He hit the bitch button. So
I'm gonna text him and say, pick up the phone.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna give him 16 seconds because I think that was still like.
I just texted him and said, pick up the phone.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna give him.
I know he ain't doing nothing. Just playing video games, drinking beer, and petting his
4,
dog.
3, 2. Answer your dickhead phone.
Hello?
This next song is called "Vanity is a Fuck." It's about how the beauty standard that is set by fucking American movies, fucking the media, all this bullshit. Yo, you don't look like that. I don't look like that. Yo, what? You're gonna tell me that I'm not beautiful? You're gonna tell me that you are not a beautiful person? Everyone is beautiful. Accepting this beauty standard is bullshit. This song's called "Vanity is a Fuck." Reject that bullshit.
What the fuck?
Nick, are you there? Nick.
That was Scott. I'm Dave Homeowner. I don't know who I'm calling, but Scott
Talking to Nick from the Twats and Nervous Impulse.
Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah, I know who you are now. Yeah, Scott put your number on the special sneaky messenger and said, call this number and then introduce the song. Don't introduce yourself. Introduce the song like you would on stage. And for his stage banter show where we apparently just ambushed dick faces because they did this to me like 2 weeks ago with another band. And I answer some random asshole number just because I see York, Pennsylvania, and I know a couple of nice people there. And so I answer the phone and got fucking straight ambushed on this bullshit webisode.
Funniest fucking thing. Holy shit. I was pissed off for like a minute. I was like, who the fuck is yelling about beauty? And what is this motherfucker doing? Like, what the shit?
And then why is that goddamn song so fucking good? Why can't I stop listening? I'm pretty sure you also had that thought too, you fucking asshole.
It's good. It's a good song.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, Scott? You Wrath.
I want to say thank you, Nick. We love you, and I'll talk to you later, bro.
I love you, Scott. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, that one went pretty well.
That went well. I think Nick would have a
well.
sense of humor. It's always like,
Yo, you had me straight stuttering. Like I was not ready. Like I was wildly unprepared. I felt like such an asshole. I'm eloquent. Like I'm well spoken, yo. Like if I have the opportunity to like at least know I have to speak. Like when I'm cornered, sometimes maybe not.
Speaking of which, I'm going to give you a choice.
All right.
As I said, I read your Facebook posts a lot. And I think your Facebook posts can often be stage banter for potential songs, but you haven't written them yet.
Maybe so.
So you have a choice I can either give you the topic that I already read, and you can come up with some fresh stage banter on that topic that you posted about on your Facebook page. Or I can read your Facebook post as stage banter, and then you have to start singing a fake song.
I'm gonna go with the former as opposed to the latter, because acapella punk rock through fucking laptop speakers doesn't really sound like the way I want to like improv punk rock over laptop speakers.
Should I read his Facebook post first?
Sure.
If you're tired of being booger bullied, because some people have more productive noses than others, then you can join my new booger positivity group. I'm pretty sure my marketing and creative development departments will have the initial websites and socials established by the end of the week. Booger bullies like Cat Cannons and Jennifer Whitepall will no longer be able to ridicule and dehumanize musicians who get a bunch of boogers in their beard and mustache trying to provide an extraordinary levels of rock and roll entertainment. Too long have us entertainers with hyper boogerness had to live in the shadows. That ends now. This is the dawning of a new booger positive area. Everyone get on and get out of the way. I mean, that sounds like literally the stage banter for a song about boogerism.
Well, I can't have done better stage banter than that, but that's what happened. We played a great show here in my yard. We have a on the backside of my, I guess they would call it a garage. It's mostly storage at this point, but on the backside of that, there was a stage. When me and Kat walked outside the very first time we saw the house, that was not one of the pictures that they showed in the listing. And I walked out there and I saw it first, and I turned around and looked at her and I go, don't act like this is a good thing. And I turned to that realtor and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this monstrosity? You know, this is taking up half my goddamn yard. Like, what the fuck am I going to do with this whole ass stage? Fucking, I want to use this space. The reason I'm buying this house is so I can have some goddamn fucking space. She's like, don't worry, we'll talk to the owner. Like, we'll figure this out. I'm like, yeah, they're going to bring that price down because I'm going to have to spend thousands of dollars figuring out how to fix this. I was so fucking stoked. I'm still fucking stoked. But we played this show there, and man, like, you know, it doesn't show it in too many of the pictures, but a bunch of boogers got way out in my beard and mustache, and nobody told me while the show was going on, and then they told me later and made fun of me about it, and it's fucking bullshit. But if you want me to do stage banner about it, I can do stage banner.
Yeah, well, here's stage banner about it. Let's go.
All right. So this next song goes out to anybody with the same problems that a lot of us experience. Many people out here, I know you all feel the same way. I know you've been out here. You're stressed out. You're trying to express yourself. You're trying to act up. You're trying to provide a high level of rock and roll entertainment for your audience. And then all of a sudden, all that force coming out of your face, producer boogers that get down in your face and in your mustache and in your boogers and in your mustache and in your beard. It's bullshit. It's tough. But what are you going to do? You're going to stop playing? Nah. You're going to keep rocking through because that is what we do. And this song goes out to all of you who struggle with the same situation. It's called Booger Face.
Okay, so my challenge to you is I want you to do a solo project. And I want you to just do songs based on your Facebook
posts. My Facebook posts?
Yes.
That's the most interesting idea that anybody has presented to me, because I keep getting, you should do a podcast. I'm like, no, man, only dickhead assholes do podcasts.
You and I are going to do it together. We're going to send tracks back.
And then they say, oh, you should write a book. I'm like, motherfucker, no. I am really, really not interested in expounding on any of this. So I'm certainly not going to write a fucking book about this.
You're not going to write a book. Steve plays guitar and bass. I play drums, you sing. The three of us are literally going to have a band called Dave's Facebook Post or some bullshit like that. You'll come up with something better. And we're literally over the interweb going to make songs out of your Facebook posts. It'll be like total rants, like crass songs where they don't have any choruses or verses. It's just the Facebook post.
Okay.
No, like, you know, it's literally just word for word what you said.
I get it, you know, but I think that's more, you know, honestly, you know, like, you know, as long as we've Yeah.
It'd be a grindcore band, I think.
It would almost have to be.
Yeah.
But
I feel like grindcore would be perfect for it.
because again, we're dealing with, I mean, the majority, even my long-winded posts like that one, I mean, that was certainly at the high end of the majority of my posts. I'm usually
we can tie posts together.
I'm the Rodney Dangerfield of Facebook. You know, I'm out here hitting them with the hit them and quit them. You know, like about 18, 20 of them a day. You know, like
I'm aware you post a lot.
I pump them out, but they're mostly like hit them and quit them. You know, like
you're not even old enough to be on Facebook that much, but you post a lot. Do you have Instagram?
I do. I can't figure this shit out, man. It stinks.
Because like you can post text on Instagram. You know,
it's barely not. Like it's like so hard. Like I really have I have a hard time even posting an picture. Like it's hard to do that. Like and then finding my friends, that's impossible. Like Facebook is
this isn't giving me
hope. Type your fucking name in the fucking little thing that says search. I type your idiot name and there you are. This thing, nobody's name. Oh my god, I sound old.
You do sound old, and you're younger than I am. I know that for a fact.
That can't possibly be true.
I'm almost 48.
I'm barely younger than you, but yes, I am younger than you. That's
10 years older than you.
That's terrible. I
know.
I think I got more wear on the tires, though.
Yeah, you beat yourself up a little bit more than I did.
You know, again, I'm not trying to drag it out or make it go away, but like in terms of stage banner, some of the things that like some of the thoughts that I definitely wanted to like get off my head about the existence and the idea and the benefits and negatives and whatever of stage banner. It's like everything is so related to the circumstance. Like some shows we might only get 20 minutes instead of 30 minutes or instead of 45 minutes, and that dictates the like how much the band wants me to speak. So I can have my preconceived notions about the amount that I'm going to speak, but as we said much earlier, if I'm seeing things in front of me that make me talk, or if I have even just the flightiest idea that comes in my head, like while I'm up there, and I feel like it needs to get heard out loud by ears, you're
gonna say it.
I'm doing it, even if we only have a 17.5-minute set. Like I'm gonna say my dumb bullshit, but again, they appreciate it or they don't mind it as much if we have the longer period.
The longer set, yeah. I was talking a lot my last show, and I don't have a mic because I'm a drummer, but like I was on a stage and the rug kept sliding forward. Mic? I never had a mic. I never get a mic. Oh, I had a mic the auto bar that one time when I was singing, yeah, I got a mic, but like most of them I never get a fucking mic. And I was like, oh, and I don't know, I spout nonsense, and my bandmates just look at me. I was like, what the fuck is he saying? I'm like, you guys don't talk much, so I really should have a mic because I like to talk. I can pontificate all day long.
Mad improv, yo.
Yeah, I can mad improv.
And then there are other times it's like, you know, it depends on how well I'm killing it if the band wants me to talk or not.
Yep.
Like I'll be up there and I might say some dumb shit and everyone is standing there like, and they don't want me to talk when that happens. And then other times I get up there and I'm like, yeah, and I say like the wildest shit, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is fucking hysterical, and the whole band's falling out, and they and then they're like, yo, that was awesome tonight, you know. And then but tomorrow night I'll get up there and say like the same idea, and it's just like, all right, move it. Next.
But that's why it's improv, and you don't have an audience that you know what you're gonna get. Every show is different.
And I never
you're playing a basement show one night and a bar show at 21 overnight, and then a VFW show. Like the crowd's totally like you play with GBH, it's a different crowd than if you play with someone else.
And also, I always hear like about bands, you know, again, like usually like we don't tour like 31 dates, you know, we do long weekends, we do, you know,
you do runs,
right? But usually when we go out, our song list is basically the same. We may alternate cover songs. We may move a couple of the songs around, but basically the set list is the same. But like I hear about bands who have like pre-scripted banter.
Yes.
How fucking, I mean, am I the only one who thinks that is the absolute height of corniness? Is there literally anything? I'm sorry. How many episodes have you done of this?
We did like 11 the first season.
Like at least like 15.
All right.
Yeah, like 15-ish now.
I apologize if this has been like a dead horse that has been like massively destroyed by this.
It is not. It is not.
How corny is even the idea of even having conceptualized?
I mean, we've certainly talked to bands who practice their stage banter at band practice. And I know.
Am I wrong? Is it not corny? Am I supposed to be doing this?
I know that
I don't feel comfortable. I feel like it's corny.
I
feel like it's so corny.
I think corny is okay if you're making the right amount of money. And none of us are making enough money to be that corny. So
yeah, I mean,
I'll be corny for you, bro. I'll be corny as shit if you pay every single bill that I have.
And I'm not saying
let
that
me do everything I want.
A lot of my introductions. Like I said, like I have certain like things I say before No Fair Fights or before Type of Friend, which is about that guy that you would just you do fucking anything for that friend. He's the type of friend you go to war. You do anything like that. That stage banner. I'm not saying it's pre-programmed because it's gonna be unique every time. But that's what I'm gonna.
See, but like that gets close to like when I was in Calling Dead, we had this one running joke that happened before every song. And I'm like, I guess it was funny. I have a hard time finding it funny. It's kind of like I have to wonder, like Charles Schultz when he drew the Peanuts, did he laugh every time he had Charlie Brown missed the football? Or did he go, I can't believe I have to do this fucking gag again? Right?
I felt a little bit more closer to that with the last band. I definitely got to feel
it's like okay,
this was the football.
Yeah, it's a running gag that you like beat the fucking dead horse, and I'm like, it's like, can you at least not do it when we're playing a venue we've already played before?
Yeah,
because at least then it might be
11, the same exact 11 people that were here 6 months ago.
Yeah.
God damn, I finished my beer. Fuck.
So, all right. Well, dude, we've had a really good time.
But I still have one
one more story.
Stage banner thing that has this cannot end until this happens.
All right.
Well, the Homeowners, as you've mentioned multiple times, was a band that we played a lot of shows. We played for many years. We recorded multiple albums. And then we had a very final show.
Yes.
That show happened at the Sidebar, which is now being reconstructed and brought back to life after a period of time. But at that particular show, I don't know, Scott, do you want to take it from here? Or do you want to let me keep?
I'll let you tell it because I've told it so many times. I'd love to hear someone else's version of it.
All right. So at that show, we played every song on our entire discography except for two that we absolutely had decided we really just hate these fucking songs and don't wish we never did them. Other than that, we played every song, and in the middle of every 3-4 songs, some dickhead would jump up on stage and grab the mic and be like, yo, I know it's the Homeowner's last show, and I want to blah blah blah. This is important to me, and they were a great band, and blah 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 blah, whatever. And then we'd start the next batch of songs, and 5 minutes later, some other dickhead would grab a mic and jump up and do the same thing. And we finally got to the end of the set. It ended. Bang! The music starts to rise. Scott runs up and says, "Can you just grab the mic one more time real quick. I have something I want to do on the mic." And I grab the mic and I'm like, yo, everybody shut the fuck up. Face up here. Scott's got something he wants to do. And I hand the mic over to Scott, and then now I will let it go to you.
So for those of you that don't know, my wife Marnie, her and I met at the Sidebar. And the first date I ever took her on was to go see the Homeowners play at the Nation. And so we were at the Sidebar at the Homeowners' last show. and the mood just hit me. I was ill prepared to do this, and the fact that I had no ring of fine metals or anything like that. So I got up on stage, and in whatever language spewed out of my mouth, and the nervousness and I'm not a nervous or a shy person in any way, shape, or fucking form. And I proposed to my beautiful wife of almost 20 years now at the Homeowners last show, after their last song, on stage. And I have my homeowner, yeah, there it is, my Homeowners tattoo, the date of their last show, the date I proposed to my wonderful wife. And it's better than getting her name from her tattooed on me, because if we ever get divorced, then at least I can still say it was a Homeowners.
At least May 27th is still a date.
It's still a date. God, I'm gonna sit in a glass hole. Well, tattoos, you don't ever, there's a whole curse of tattoos. But
is there, before we do kill this completely, I wanted to ask a question about stage banner and then audience interaction.
Yes,
during stage shows. Has that been a dead horse that you guys have?
It is not. We talked about it. The Boll Weevils are really good about that, particularly when they play Chicago. They get a lot of sass, for lack of a better word.
Okay. And
sass.
So with and again, we're not talking about specific albums or whatever, but on DCxPC, there's a new record coming out on 5/31. It's
Live and Dead Volume 3.
Live and Dead Volume 3.
Pre-orders probably in about a month.
And one of my favorite moments of all crowd interaction / stage banter is I am on stage getting ready to introduce a song called When I Die. It's about how when I die, just fucking forget about me. Stop thinking about me. Do not Ouija board try to find me.
Your ass all day long.
Just do not seek me. Let me rest. I'm finally dead. Thank you. Let me fucking rest. And I just introduced a song that was called When I Die, and Kat goes, "Don't die." My wife, you hear her with her very, very distinct voice. It says, "Don't die," and then no beats after, a voice on the other side of the fucking room says, "Hurry up already!" It is one of my favorite live stage banter moments. Me introducing When I Die, "Don't die, hurry up already," and then
that's the beauty of it. I am often the asshole in the crowd that shouts stuff out at bands, and I don't know often if ever it's caught on tape. There's some Sunday matinees that happen now at Tubby's in Kingston.
Right.
And I don't even know the band, but I just get that kind of mood comes over me. And I just assume that everyone's going to love me and find me funny. And I just share what's on my fucking mind. And I'm like, there are people here that know this band, and they're all surrounding me. And I am literally, I'm not.
Now, what did I teach you in No Fair Fights, buddy? What did I teach you? I tried to teach you a lesson.
I am such
why you have friends with you.
That's it. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in with Dave Homeowner from Luxury Teeth. I don't know. We never asked people to subscribe or like us or any of that shit, but I guess we should.
Do it, yo.
Share this and stuff like that. And, not to self-promote or anything, because I know it's not about promotion, but DCPC Live and Dead Volume 3 will be coming out with Luxury Teeth. So if you enjoyed that shit, you should buy. You should also buy some fucking shit from the Screws and Tropical Fuck Storm. So because, why the fuck would you not? So there is that. And Rath, any final words, my brother?
Fuck you.
That is in my notes. But we're gonna cover that.
I have notes. That is.
We're gonna cover that.
That's actually kind of, yeah. Yeah.